Okay, and in your experience, what's the most effective way to build a good working relationship with your MP or assembly member, councillor, elected representative?
So a big thing for Hope for the Future is to do a bit of research before your MP, about your MP before you go and visit them.
Oh, bad.
But just in terms of, so their general interest. So I knew that Gutto had an interest in Swansea Bay Tidal Lagoon, and the first time I ever met with Gutto, I brought this up as a way of generating a good conversation in our first meeting, a way of showing him that I was also interested in this. And then we kind of moved on in the conversation. And I think it's also, as Gutto was just saying before, because he deals with so many issues on a day-to-day basis, if you can have a specific thing that you can ask your MP to do, as ask this minister this, or sign this petition sort of thing, it gives something an outcome of your meeting, and something simple for your MP. And also, if you, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you can give your MP some information about an issue in your constituency, perhaps if I came to you and I said this many people are suffering from fuel poverty, this is the economic burden, this is what we can do, it kind of gives you an incentive to work on it, and it's a local issue where we can see local action.
Well, I think that's a very good point, actually. And that does actually, it's interesting that you mentioned that, because I remember when I joined an all-party parliamentary group. So all-party parliamentary groups, APPGs, are MPs from all parties who have an interest in an issue joining together. And one of the ones I joined as a direct result of somebody coming to see me in my constituency was about rural fuel poverty. Because as you well know, if you look at the Conwy Valley, you're not on the gas grid, so your options in terms of heating might be coal, which is not great and it's quite expensive. It might be LPG bottled gas, which is very expensive and not very efficient, or electricity, which is not ideal. And again, if you're heating your house with electricity, it can be very costly. And of course, none of the three options are particularly environmentally friendly. So one of the things that I did very soon after being elected, as a result of somebody coming to see me highlighting some of these issues, was to join the all-party group. And the all-party group has been campaigning on various issues to try and tackle the challenges of rural deprivation when it comes to issues such as energy poverty, which is a big issue. So if you come along and highlight an issue, and to be perfectly frank, I hadn't really thought very hard about the issue of whether we had a specific problem in terms of energy deprivation and energy poverty in Conwy or in Aberconwy until somebody came along. So that's a great example of how it can make a difference. In terms of how you communicate with your MP, I would say, in my case, I always welcome face-to-face meetings. I have no doubt that the team who work for me will try and resolve any problems that you have even before you see me. But even if you wanted to come in and have a general chat about an issue, even if I don't agree, I'm more than happy to see people. In the same way, letters and emails are always welcome. I think we have a good track record in this office of responding to all letters and responding to all emails. The one thing I would say which is a bugbear of mine is when I get hundreds of emails about the same issue.
The mass emails.
The mass email campaign. And the reason why that's annoying from my perspective is I'm not convinced that shows a huge degree of interest in the subject. It strikes me as if, you know, it's very easy just to sign off on an electronic email, and the ones that really do make me despair is when I have an email entitled "Dear, insert name of MP here." And if you're doing that, if you're sending me an email, let's say about the refugee crisis, and you're saying "Dear, insert name of MP here," am I really going to take the view that you're serious about that issue? I'm not sure. If, on the other hand, a group of local church people come and see me, and I have had this about the refugee crisis, and 20 of them turn up to my office, do I take that seriously? Of course I do. So I think, you know, in terms of emailing, of course you can email, and I always respond to emails. I sometimes even respond robustly to emails, but those mass mail shot emails are not as effective as people think they are.